I know.
We slept close together. It was very much a surprise.
Come on. You were.
Do you love to travel?
You love road trips.
Do you love finding hidden treasures in towns all over the USA? Hi, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Craig. Welcome to Treasures of Our Town. It's the podcast that explores unique and charming towns scattered throughout the United States.
Guided by our love for location-based games like geocaching. Join us as we venture into some of the country's most intriguing destinations, uncovering hidden gems and local secrets along the way.
On today's episode, Josh, we went to West Bend Cache Splash.
Wow.
In Wisconsin. It was wet. Like, I'm talking wet.
It made the news, Craig.
It made international. It made national news, I do believe, as well.
The area where we were staying, Craig, Menominee Falls, that actual town made news. That was the place where they got the most water. So we were right there in the thick of it, Craig.
Exactly. And we've said that before. Well, I've been there before when I was on the geocaching podcast. Remember, I stayed at Menominee.
Menominee.
Menominee. The Muppets. Anyway, so we're rabbit holing already. We've got our inner Scott Burks going on already. So
and we're talking about the weather. What a poor start to this episode.
It's okay. And I will say, Josh, I will say this. I preempt this all the time. It's okay for us to talk about the weather if it's related to our adventure. You see,
yes.
In other words, this rain. It rained, predominantly rain. So it changed our experience of the location because of the weather. So it's okay to talk about it. We're not talking about the weather, what it is like here today in my van, for instance.
Okay.
No, we're talking about our experience.
Fully acceptable to talk about the weather. It adds to it's a part of the story. The story that we're going to tell, because this is an exciting episode, because we are going to relive our weekend because Craig and I spent time together and we slept close together. It was very much a surprise.
Come on. I was in my van and you were not in my van. So we weren't that close.
Well,
you were in a hotel room next to my van.
Craig, that was a teaser. Now we should have waited because then, they're intrigued. Like, ooh, they slept in the van together. That's interesting. But now you gave it away.
No, I didn't want to give that away straight away. I didn't want people's minds to go that direction at all. Anyway, that might probably be the intro, to be honest with you. Mate, what's been happening? We're going to talk about all about West Bend. Whereabouts is it, etc. It's in Wisconsin. We're going to dive deep into West Bend and also what it's like there every single year. Who puts on the event? What the event is actually like? What the event's about? Because it's a very different event to any other block party / mega geocaching event that I've been to so far this year too. So we're going to dive right in, Josh. But before that, we've got to dive into something else.
Oh, yes.
We've got to dive into our upgrades and delays.
Yes. We should have like a little intro sound or something for leading into our upgrades and delays, like some sort of like airplane or like, the ding, the ding that they do.
Ding, ding. Yes,
well, no, the ding in the airplane, when they're like ding, 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 when you can get out of your seat. When the seatbelt lights off. That's
just a one ding. No, I was thinking about actually when you're inside the airport waiting to board the flight and you hear the ding, 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 like the mumble sound, when someone else is boarding in another gate.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Or else the flight people that say first class may now come first. Because that's an upgrade.
This is true. Anyway, we're having a board meeting, Josh, during the episode again. You know that, don't you?
It's a great board meeting. People don't know how exciting our board meetings are. Let's talk about our delays and upgrades.
Upgrades and delays, exactly.
You start, Craig.
You can. Me start? You want me to start? Well, Speaking of the weather, my delay is a real life delay, Josh. This actually happened to me, and it is a delay. I got my very first flat tire in the van. And Tuesday, the van, she got a flat as I was leaving leaving West Bend. I was on the highway. It was pouring down rain.
Oh, no.
Literally, as I went past the overpass, like I couldn't even get off the exit ramp, I heard the of the tire, and I put my hazard lights on straight away. I pulled over as far as I can, and then I saw myself. Now, you ready for this? Here's a safety idea for people. You must pull off the road as far as you possibly can. I saw myself. I went a little bit further, and I'm talking about a little bit further. I'm talking a couple of 100 feet. Because I saw a guardrail, Josh, and it was the end of the guardrail. So I managed to sort of sink Tuesday behind the guardrail of some sort of barrier.
That's smart.
So I didn't and that's what I thought too, you see. So guardrails are used more than just for geocaching hides. I'll give you that tip right there. So they actually use for safety mechanisms as well. So I did that. I pulled behind this sort of guardrail area, so it gave a bit of a safety thing. And then I spent the next, I'm going to say 45 minutes changing my tire.
Oh, you changed it yourself. I'm proud of you. What a real man. You must have a beard, and you're a real man.
Who doesn't change the tire?
Well, I get a little bit nervous about the jack situation. You know, I do. Now, you're a former police officer, so you have probably helped many people with flat tires. But sometimes you're like, where exactly do I put the jack? And like sometimes the jacks are like transformers, and you have to like fold them out. And you're like, am I doing this right? So I can change a tire, Craig. I have a beard, but
well, Josh, I will say this: even people without beards can change tires. So
I know this is just a callback. This is just a callback from the previous episode, because the last episode you told me I was a real man because I have a beard.
And I'll let you know now, Josh, the percentages at the end of the show. I'll let everyone know the percentages on the patron. As to, you ask the patrons, should you keep it or not? So stick around, Josh, for the percentages.
Okay, I haven't even looked recently, so we'll see.
I know.
We'll see. That's a literal delay, Craig. That's such a bummer.
Yeah, that's exactly a literal delay. But I got it changed, as I said. I managed to, now, again, because that was my very first flat tire in Tuesday. Tuesday's a big van.
Oh, she's a big girl.
She's a big girl. The spare tire is up her backside. You know what I mean? Like it's up and under there somewhere. And so literally, Josh, YouTube. Yes, YouTube. I looked to see how I could actually how I could get the spare tire out.
Oh, wow.
And because I thought to myself, I'm going to have to empty her garage, because I thought there might have been a winder, from the top down. But no. I could leave the whole thing intact. The winder is up and under the side of Tuesday. So I just literally stuck it up under her backside and wound it around, and down she came. So I managed to change the tire out that way. Got filthy dirty. I got so wet. Now, Josh, you remember, because we were doing some caching in the rain, etc. on the Sunday before we parted ways. Do you remember what I said to you? I said to you, oh, well, these shoes I want to keep dry. I want to keep these shoes dry. Because the ones from the day before were soaking wet. I want to keep these shoes dry, blah, blah, blah. I jinxed myself, Josh, because it was pouring rain and I was up and underneath the van at some point in time. I was wet, I was gravelly, I was dirty, I was filthy, and the shoes got saturated. So, yeah. So we could have found some caches in the rain.
So how far did you drive on the spare? How far did you drive on the spare?
So the spare in Tuesday is exactly the same as any other tire on Tuesday.
Okay.
So the spare is in a donut. There's no donut here.
That's nice. No, so you were able to go pretty darn far.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I made it all. Yeah, I made it. I spent the rest of the day driving itself, and I managed to get it changed the next day in Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah, so it was a perfect time. So I stopped in at Des Moines, Iowa, and got her fixed. Got her. It was just, and it ended up being a hole. So it might have been a nail or something, but it must have sort of flicked out or something.
You got it fixed. Quickly. You didn't have to get a new tire. That's nice.
No. I just got it plugged. So she got it plugged and she's back on now. So.
Those tires cannot be cheap either. I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, they're a couple $100 each. But anyway, so that was my delay. Look at this time frame already with my delay. Josh, do you want to start with your delay, or do you want to go straight into my upgrade?
My delay is coming up this weekend. I had a great weekend last weekend at the West Bend Cache Bash. My son Hayden, congratulations Hayden, sent him off to college this last weekend, And it was like a rush. It was a surprise. We didn't realize he had to go this weekend, so I had to get him a plane ticket really quickly. And because I had to give him a plane ticket, and because it's Kentucky, all his stuff, his clothes and his computer and like all the stuff you need to have to move into a dorm room, he just left behind. So guess who has to drive all the way to Bowling Green, Kentucky this weekend and deliver
with all his gear.
Deliver everything. It is me. And that drive it's about 12 hours if I don't stop.
Oof.
So it's going to be a long Friday of driving. I can, if I really kick it, I could probably make it in 14 hours, but that is a long day of driving. So I have that ahead of me. However, potentially, I'm going to go right into my upgrade. Potentially, if I leave early enough, Craig, I can stop at the place I wanted to stop for my 10,000th geocache, and that is the world's biggest bowl of paint, which was
the world record,
which was the winner of the very first roadside attraction March Madness. I have to visit it, Craig. It's the winner of the first. I have to go. So it's kind of, I'll say, Craig, it's outside of Indianapolis. It's kind of on the way. It's a little out of the way. I go to Indiana, but I don't go into Indiana that far. So if I leave early enough, Craig, I could go to the world's largest ball of paint. So stay tuned. It could happen.
So that you're turning a delay into an upgrade. If that's what
you know. What? Yep. Lemons and lemonades. Lemons and lemonade. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Good job.
Thank you.
Good.
Try to be positive.
That's right. Well, my upgrade, it also includes travel as well. So I've made it to Denver, Colorado right now as we speak, and it is on Tuesday. So it only took me 2.5 days, including the flat tire, including doing my laundry in Des Moines as well, doing the whole lot. It only took me the 2.5 days to get to Denver, Colorado. So happy with that. Meanwhile, at the same time, another upgrade of mine, which is kind of, I'm going to go upgrade to delay a bit. And that is, I stopped, Josh. I stopped at Iowa, I-80, the world's largest truck stop.
Also featured on our March Madness roadside attractions.
Correct.
The world's largest truck stop.
It turns into a delay.
Because it's not that great.
It's not that great. I'll be honest. People have raved about it, but I believe the people who raved about it haven't been to Buc-ee's.
This is true. There's no Buc-ee's up here yet.
No. I mean, it is, Josh. It is huge. It is big.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a town. It's like a little town almost.
It is, but it is very, and look, it is what it is, and that is it's a truck stop. So it is very much pivoted towards truckers, you know, and so, and good luck to them as well. We need them on our roads, and we need them in our communities and everything else as well. For without trucks, we wouldn't eat most of the time. So, so we need truckers. So it is pivoted towards trucks. They've got a big area where it's literally all truck. They've got an entire truck, including the trailer, inside the building. Like it is big, you know, upstairs, when they talk about the dentist and the movie theater and, you know, all the things, that's all upstairs, you see. And upstairs is like a trucker's paradise, because that's where they all go, you see, to unwind a little bit. I mean, there's even a chiropractor up there, for instance, you know, so I never believed in chiropractors, Josh, but I went to one once and now I stand corrected. Anyway. But yes, I mean, as I said, I was a little bit underwhelmed with it. I was expecting a lot more, Josh. I was expecting a lot more, but it's more geared towards the truckers than it is towards car people.
Civilians.
Even to the point where it's civilians. Even to the point where the BP is the main brand of the gas station, the gas pumps. There's 10 gas pumps out the front. Yeah. You know, you go to Buc-ee's, there's 120 plus gas pumps.
Yes.
You know, so I believe Buc-ee's is the one that's really targeted towards, you know, the everyday car driver and traveler. Right. Whereas the truck stop is really geared towards the truckers. So, hey, I still got myself a sticker. I still got myself some snacks, and I hit the road again after that.
It makes sense because it is not marketed as the world's largest rest stop. It's marketed as the world's largest truck stop. Heavy on the truck. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so it does when you look at it that way. But as I said, Josh, after my research and after our episode, etc., I was kind of expecting more, but, you know, it just wasn't to be. It's more of probably, you know, back in the day when it was first, but man, that thing would have been absolutely magnificent. Right. It's got the LED light, not LEDs, but it's got the rim lights. It's got all that sort of stuff too. But it's just, to me, it's looking a little bit drab. Yeah. You know, it's aging.
Yeah,
it
makes sense. And let me tell you, Buc-ee's has raised the bar. And
it really has.
And it's funny because we're talking about Wisconsin. We're getting a Buc-ee's in Wisconsin. It's going to be the farthest north Buc-ee's ever. And sooner or later, it's going to be up here in Minnesota. Buc-ee's is going to take over the world. I'm convinced of it.
Well, at least the USA. At least the USA. Because I don't know about the world.
Wait, the USA isn't the whole world? Wow.
Some people it is, but anyway. Anyway, Joyce, that was my upgrade. What was your upgrade?
I told you what it was. I'm going to go see the ball of paint, knock on wood.
That wasn't your upgrade. There was some other upgrade.
I know. We'll talk about it in the episode.
Oh, look at you slithering in.
What could it be? What could it be?
You're like a real podcast.
I know, a real teaser. I'm a tease.
I'm a tease. I know you are. So, mate, all right, let's get into it. West Bend, Wisconsin. First and foremost, without the geocaching side as well, let us know, Josh, where is it? What's the distance between different locations, et cetera, in your mind?
It's about a half hour north of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A little northwest of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So you and I stayed in Menominee Falls, which was about 20 miles south of West Bend and really very close to the outskirts of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I do have a regret already. I cannot believe we did not have time, Craig, to visit the Miller High Life brewery. Not brewery. Yeah, brewery.
Brewery.
Yes, it's a big brewery. It's because that's where Miller High Life.
Brewery or factory?
It's a factory brewery. It's both.
Yeah, there we go.
There is a tasting room, so it is a brewery. So you guys, we were so close, but you had to get to your next geocaching event and get your flat tire.
And you had to drive home, and it was pouring rain.
It was,
so it wouldn't have been too fun either way. So. Yeah, exactly. But anyway.
So Craig, I've been to West Bend many a times. I've spent a lot of time in West Bend because the $1,000 West Bend Cash Bash, it's one of those mega events, geocaching mega events that is in the same location every single year. And so it gets you to really visit that town. It is an event run by the city's Chamber of Commerce, and they do a great job organizing it, but then also very, very supported by the geocaching community, particularly I'd say a handful of 7 to 8 really great hiders. And that is what makes this event, I think, so awesome. And we'll get to that a little bit. This episode, just warning, is going to be pretty geocaching focused. But that's okay. But you know what? We went to West Bend, a location, because of geocaching, and that's what this is about.
Exactly. And we're going to talk about what we did other than geocaching as well, Josh, because we did a few things outside of geocaching itself too. That's really cool. But yeah, I will say, Josh, I have been to West Bend once before, but I never stopped. I literally drove through the center of West Bend. This is going back, when was this? After you and I went to Gilby to do our filming. I drove through the center of West Bend after coming through Green Bay and all that sort of area because of the Munsies that are in the area.
Yes.
So Munsie really was the magnet for me back before this event to go through West Bend. And I literally just went through West Bend and just blasted the heck out of it for Munsies, so I went from there. So I got as many points as I possibly could and then moved on knowing that I'd be back anyway. So that was the first time I went. So this was the second time I'd been, but the first time I'd actually really, truly been and actually spent some time there. I spent almost a week there as well because I was there a few days before you, Josh.
Yes.
So that was cool as well. I stayed obviously in my van, Tuesday. She's good to me. It's free to stay in my van. And I was at the Cracker Barrel just south of West Bend itself. Now, Josh, you messaged me and you said, I've arrived. Do you want to meet up for breakfast in the morning? I said, yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. And I said, well, I'm staying at the Cracker Barrel. Do you want to be a breakfast at the Cracker Barrel for the next morning? You said, that sounds really good. I've got a Cracker Barrel next to me. I'm like, what? There's only one Cracker Barrel anywhere near West Bend. I'm like, can you see my van? And you're like, oh, yeah, there you are. You're like, flash your lights twice. And oh, no, that's you.
I seriously looked out my window and I could see your van. That was wild. We didn't even plan that.
No.
And
no.
I had decided to go to this event at the last minute because I thought I was going to have to take Hayden to college this last weekend. But I didn't. So I was like, all right, I get to go to West Bend. So I just made a quick reservation. I didn't even do a lot of research. I did the research like I know Craig's going to be in our Cracker Barrel. I better stay close to a Cracker Barrel. Increases my chances of being close to Craig. No, I just booked a random hotel, not even in West Bend, which is wild. No, because I could have booked one in West Bend. I booked it randomly 20 miles south because the price is right. And sure enough, we are staying right next to each other. that was funny. That was very serendipitous.
It really was. It really was. And of course, so the first day when we met up, you walked across the parking lot to the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, and you were taking a nap on those chairs already.
Well, that's because, okay, so if anyone knows Josh, then everyone knows Josh says 8 o'clock, let's meet at 8 o'clock. I said, yep, no worries. So I was out the front waiting at 2 minutes to 8. Now, remember, Josh, he's sleeping right next door. And so Josh then starts walking across the parking lot at 10 past 8.
Yeah. And I might add, Joshua, the geocaching vlogger, is walking across.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Well, just because you knew I'd be holding a camera. That's usually when I greet you, Craig, I'm holding a camera. I need to get your real reaction of how much you've missed me.
Oh, really? You're one of those. You're like one of those needy girlfriends. Yes, no, that's fine. We had a beautiful breakfast, as always, at a Cracker Barrel. They're pretty.
It's solid.
I'm a fan of Cracker Barrel bacon.
Yeah, it's
Cracker
solid.
Barrel bacon, that's legit. That's some decent. But we don't have bacon like that in Australia. Our Australian bacon is very much like Canadian bacon.
That's different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the we call the bacon and you have here in the US streaky bacon.
Streaky.
So we want streaky bacon.
Not strips. Not strips, but streaky.
Not strips, streaky bacon. And you can only buy streaky bacon when I was still in Australia from Aldi.
Really?
Anyway, that's another.
So it's like cheap bacon to you. But you like it. But you like it.
The best bacon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the best bacon. I used to buy it all the time when I was in Australia. Before I even came to America for the very first time, I changed my bacon eating habits to streaky bacon. It was serendipitous, Josh, that I was actually should be in the USA.
Yeah, so, you like the streaky bacon. I like streaky bacon only in America and at Aldi.
So then after breakfast, Josh, you said to me, look, let's leave Tuesday to rest for the day.
Yeah,
and I
give her a break.
Give her a break. And then, Josh, you gave me a number. What was your number that you gave me?
9,997?
Correct.
Yes. What is that number?
What's that number, I wonder?
997. Or 9,997. That was how many geocaching finds I'd had at that moment. And I was about to enter the $1,000 West Bend Cash Bash where I knew I'd be finding lots of geocaches. And I looked at Craig and I was like, Craig, it's time. It's time for me to find my 10,000th geocache. Craig, I haven't cached much this summer. You know, I was getting close at Geo Woodstock. I was like, I can't go over at Geo Woodstock. So you knew I was getting close. So I have not been caching a whole lot. So I've been just waiting for the best moment. And I don't know if this was the best moment, but it had to be the moment. Because as I said before, I wanted to get the world's largest ball of paint for my 10,000th, but it just didn't work. Didn't work out that way. So I was like, Craig, we gotta, now's the time.
Exactly. And if you're new to geocaching, what Josh is referring to is milestones. So as geocachers, we love collecting things and we love milestones. And they start off very small, like 1, 2, 5, 10. And then they go 20, 30, 40, up to 100. And then they go in the hundreds, up to 1,000. And then they go in the thousands, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and up to 10,000. And then after you get 10,000, they go 10,000s after this. So the next milestone for you, Josh, is 20,000.
Right.
So you got to double where you're at now.
And I've been geocaching for 16 years. I'm going to be an old man at this rate.
another 16 years, Josh, you're going to be in like a normal geocacher by that age.
I know.
In the 70s. So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
10,000 is a bit, maybe arguably the biggest milestone that most geocachers, I think, because there are people that reach. There are very few that reach like 100,000. It's very few. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's very few.
But there are some. But so this was the big one, and all my milestones, Craig, I've done something pretty special. It usually involves some sort of trip. And Craig was like, "You should just make the event your 10,000." And for me, I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I go to a lot of events. Ho hum. So we found 2 or 3 caches that were semi run of the mill. And then I was like, now I'm at 9,999. What do I do? What do I do now? I was like, I don't know. I got to find a good one. Search the favorite points. And Craig is searching Cashly, his favorite points or whatever. And he looks at me, Josh. He goes, Josh, let's go back. You said, Josh, let's go back. And I was like, what? She goes, Josh, let's go back. What, Craig? Josh, let's go.
Did you leave something in the van? You're like,
no, yeah, exactly. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, Josh, let's go back to the future. 2.
Yeah, not 1, but 2. Was a nearby what you're referring to, Josh, is there was a nearby geocache. It was a multi-cache as well, which they don't get as much love as what they should in some cases. But multi-caches, in my mind, sometimes are more memorable. So this was a multi-cache with quite a good percentage of favorite points on it as well.
67% favorites. That's pretty good.
67% favorite points. Yeah, it's pretty good. And Back to the Future 2 related. Now it was 2 waypoints, then a final as well. We didn't know about the 2 waypoints in the final until after the second waypoint. But anyway,
it was so fun.
That's one for your video.
Yeah, it was so fun to discover it, though, because I thought it was just going to be one stage and then the final. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And that would have been fine because the first stage was really cute. And backing up a second, let's go back, Craig. Backing up. If you haven't heard this before, the reason this is such a big deal is Back to the Future is my all-time favorite movie. All time. Yeah. So that's why when Craig saw it, he was like, oh, Josh, I think this might be it. And it was a really good cache. I was smiling ear to ear. Stage 2 especially.
Oh yeah.
Oh, stage 2 was so good. I'm not going to spoil it on this podcast. I'm going to spoil it on my video.
Exactly. Go and watch the video. All we'll say is that yes, there was a DeLorean involved. There was an almanac involved. There was other things involved from the movie as well. So yeah, it was all happening. And it was really well themed.
Yes.
Exceptionally well themed too. So I really enjoy. I love good themed caches, Josh.
Yeah, it was a great theme.
I really liked it too. So it was perfect for you. It was perfect for your video. Perfect for your 10,000 milestone. Yes. Perfect memory for you. You're never going to forget that one now.
No, not at all.
So well done.
And it was really nice to share it with somebody, Craig. I could have done the ball paint. I would have been probably by myself. And the man and the man that painted it, started it.
You would have had a certificate saying it's a world record as well.
Well, I'm still going to make it. I'm still going to make it there. Knock on wood. Can you hear that? Did you hear that? That was wood.
Yes,
I was knocking on. I just made Goliath perk his ears up when I did that.
Exactly.
Yes. So maybe, just maybe, I will make it to the paint this weekend. Maybe.
Well, good luck with it. So that was the 10,000th cache. So we got your 10,000. We did. Well, you put your camera away. Well, your actual video camera away anyway. From there, still had your phone out for TikTok.
Yeah, and then the phone came out.
And then the phone came out, and then we started the West Bend Cache Bash. Now, if you're a geocacher yourself and you've been to a few different mega events, etc., you haven't been to West Bend Cache Bash. What they do differently compared to any other mega event, and that is, this is run by the actual Chamber of Commerce. Yes, the actual council, tourism board, whatever you want to call it. West Bend host this event themselves. It's not a geocaching group that hosts it like every other mega. Every other mega, you've got people like Ryan Simmel, Josh, who's just a volunteer geocacher involved, putting in hard yards, hard work, hours and hours, and frustrating. This is done all by the Chamber of Commerce at West Bend. So that's what I think runs really, really well. They put some money behind it as well. It is a $1,000 West Bend Cache Bash. And it's $1,000 that's made up of 4 different prizes. You've got a $500 prize, a $250 prize, 2 $100 prizes, then a $50 prize as well. So it makes up $1,000. And all you need to do, and again, very different to any other mega in the US, is you just register for free. That's right. So you go to their booth, and it's always at the same location. You go to their booth the day before when it opens up, and they're there. There's food trucks there ready to go as well. You can actually sit around, have a geo chat as well. But most people register. They get a free bag. Inside their bag is some coupons, etc., and also a map. And they get the downloadable code for all the brand new 66 geocaches that are all brand new. And those 66, you can go around and grab all 66, and they've got stamps in them, etc., to prove that you were there. And depending how many stamps you get, depending how many raffle tickets you get too into the prizes. So, but just the actual for being there and registering, you get 1 ticket, and that 1 ticket goes into the draw for the $1,000 West Bend Cash Bash. How's that for a roundup, Josh?
That was fantastic. That was good. And a little bit of history too. Originally, when the West Bend Cash Bash started many, many years ago, the president of the Chamber of Commerce at that time discovered geocaching, and he was so amazed by it. And he declared, this is how it usually works. He declared, West Bend is now going to be the capital of geocaching of the Midwest. They're like, this is going to be a destination for geocachers. And sure enough, after year after year after year of hiding caches, there are thousands of caches in the area. And a lot of them are just, they carry over from the years. A lot of them stick around. The 66 stick around, at least the good ones. And so you have a high concentration of not just geocaches in the area, but really high quality geocaches in the area.
That's right. And I think that's what we found as well, Josh, especially with the 66. You said to me very first, before we even started finding them, you said, Craig, these are made up of either A, really cool gadget style caches where you have to do something in order to get the log and the stamp out, or B, very cute looking caches, well painted, good style of caches as well. So you were ready with your phone, ready for all the TikToks that you're going to create, which will come out progressively over the next 6 months, I guess.
Probably. When it gets real cold and I can't get outside.
But Josh, I do believe, we did find quite a good amount. I think we found 19 of the 66 in the one day, which isn't too bad.
It was hot. That was slowing us down.
The heat was slowing us down. The TikToks were slowing us down. My weight was slowing us down when it comes to those hills. But, so all those things. But there were people that did get all 66 done. Some people turn around and go, you know what, I'm happy with that for the amount of time, and I'll get the ones next year when I come back. So, and they do that as well.
For our geocaching listeners and those that are curious about geocaching, let's describe a couple of the ones that really stuck out in our mind, a couple of the geocaches. So if you've watched any of my videos of Gilby, there's one that is like a snake game. If you've ever seen the show Survivor, it's like a ball and then there's a snake, and then you have to hold the ropes and pull the ball up to the top. But if you fall off the snake, you have to do it over again. They had one very similar to that. I can't remember. It was at the Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly. And what it was, Josh, it was actually, again, well themed, though, to the Piggly Wiggly, because it was a butcher, and the snake down where you're supposed to put the ball was actually sausage links all the way down. So you have to follow the sausage links. And the reason why I remember it was sausage links because I thought it looks like intestines, but anyway. But yeah, that was a cool one too. I love the cute ones out there and the very inventive ones. Now there was very much one particular one that's extremely inventive. When I say inventive, Josh, you and I, we've found a lot of caches between the two of us. We've found a lot of different styles. You, sir, would be the one I know, the highest percentage point average on your favorite point average on all your cache finds in total. So you found high quality caches and you pride yourself on that. There was one that we both saw, Josh, and you're like, I have never seen one like this before.
Which one was it?
Do you remember which one it was?
Was it the pirate one?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Exactly that. Yes. What was the pirate one like?
So you walk up to it. It was a pirate theme thing. And you walk up and it looks like a birdhouse, but the birdhouse is like the face of a pirate. And it was really well constructed as far as like the woodwork on it was amazing. You open it up and there was an X, like a wooden X, and Craig went right away. He knew exactly. He's like, Josh, X marks the spot. I was like, oh. And there was a rope attached to the X. And so you undid the rope and you realize, okay, this is attached to the cache. And then you have to move around the circumference of where the cache is in a circle. And wherever that stretched, you could go all the way around a circle. Somewhere in that circle of where it stretched out, I hope I'm describing this well, is where the cache is located.
The perimeter.
Yes, the perimeter. Thank you.
The perimeter of that radius that you're talking about too. So that only gave you that X, and the rope only gave you the exact distance that you are from the actual container itself to sign the logbook and also get the stamp. Yeah, that was extremely inventive. I haven't seen one done like that before, Josh. I'll say that. Others that were a good little play on different ones. I mean, Josh, there was one fun one there as well, because again, some caches are very cute, and all you need to do is to figure out the actual codes for the padlocks, etc. There was one, Josh, that had us do-si-doing around a tree, if you remember, and it was a Noah's Ark.
Oh, yes.
So inside the tree, there was two by two. Everything in Noah's Ark's 2x2.
Yes.
So there was two lions somewhere in the tree, but they were separated from each other. There was two giraffes and two zebras. And so on those two, there was a number on each and a letter on each. And so you had to work it out what it was and then open up the lock from there. Things like that, I think that was quite fun. I quite enjoyed that, even if it was so hot. But yeah, that was a fun one too. Yeah. So they're very much inventive, very much inventive.
One more. Oh, maybe, your favorite. Maybe our favorite's the same. Maybe it's the same.
Maybe it's the same.
Ready? Let's say it at the same time. Ready?
Ready?
One, two, three. Car wash.
Pull my finger.
Oh. Okay, not the same
one. Okay, I'll do my pull my finger first. It was called Pull My Finger. That was exactly the same, exactly what it was. It was a nice, brand new, painted, beautiful box up against a tree as well. You opened up the box, and here is this big plastic monkey in there, and there was a lock code, a little lock box next to it, and so you had to find the lock code. And sure enough, you literally had to pull this monkey's finger. It didn't make the sound, but I kind of made it for us, literally. So as you pull the finger, the code pops out on his little bicep. So I thought that was really cute, really clever, and I'm just a really dad joke by heart, So pull my finger for me. But you so were the
first on that one, we asked a lot of kids what their favorite one was when we were back at the event, and a lot of the kids, no surprise, the kids and Craig like the fart joke one.
Well, I'm young at heart. I'll say that. What's your car wash one?
This one really sticks out in my mind. There were so many good ones, but this one was at a Fleeton farm, and right outside where the cache was, there was a car wash. It was like the exit of the car wash. So you go over to it, and there's just like a big box there, right? Mm-hmm. And you open, and there's a little tube. One side of the tube says enter, the other side of the tube of the geocache says exit, and you push these little matchbox cars, and the cache is locked up. You push the cars through, and you keep on the bottom of the cars that you pull one out of the exit that says just swag, and then you feed that car into the front, and you keep feeding it. It says just swag, and then finally one of the cars, usually it's the one in the middle, had the padlock code. And then once you got the padlock open, and opened up the cache, there were like all these chamois, so it looked like a car wash inside. Once you got it open, you're like, it's the innards of the car wash. So it was executed really well. I've seen versions of that, but usually it's with a marble, where you're trying to find the bison tube when you're feeding marbles in. But I never thought of feeding Matchbox cars through a car wash. That was really clever and well themed. Big favorite place there.
And well themed for that one too. And the chamois you're talking about, they're the ones that you see that you normally wash your car with. They were cut in half and put on top of the box, like inside the top of the box. So when you open it up, it looked like those little fingers were playing with the cache as you open it up too. So that was really cool.
It was great.
Very, very cool indeed. So yes, we did 19 of those sort of types, and more of those, Josh, will all be on your Instagram
eventually,
TikTok /YouTube /wherever else as well. All the social medias, that's where they're going to be. Eventually, you'll know. I think people will know, Josh, because you've got two hands free.
I know. I've got somebody filming. Craig, that's another reason I really appreciate Craig's good at the filming and he's good at the zooming in and zooming out. And there's one I did. Oh my gosh, there was one I did where I was recording it. It was between the storm, and literally I walk up. I was like, "Hey, it's Josh with the geocaching vlogger or whatever," and all of a sudden it's like, there's like a huge thunder crack. And we captured it. Yeah, we captured it on film. Really You'll get to see that as well. So before we move on, I just want to say, if there are any of the hiders that hid for the West Bend Cache Bash, I wanted to just say every single cache we found was not just a run-of-the-mill cache. A lot of creativity and a lot of effort were put into all of them, and I just want to thank them for that, because they are, yes, the chamber runs the organization of it, yes, but this thing does not happen in such a successful way without the people that are out there probably spending the whole year, because it's some of the same people.
Oh yeah,
the whole year making these geocaches for this event.
Yep, exactly right. Yeah, big thank you to those hiders out there as well. And even to the point when, Josh, you and we got back to the event itself on the Saturday afternoon, and this is after we'd done our 19. We enjoyed ourselves, and we thought, well, we better get back, because you have to log in between 2:30 and 4. Yeah. Or 2:30 and 4:30, you have to log in to get your tickets, etc. as well. So you thought, well, let's get back by 3:00, and you were going to do a live on YouTube as well, live across to YouTube. We got out of the car, Josh, and and we started sort of mucking around again. Technology didn't play with us too well in regards to YouTube stuff, but there was a reason for that. There was a reason that happened, Josh, and that is that all of a sudden, tickle, 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 the drips of rain started falling down. And I said, Josh, we better get undercover here now. If you haven't been to West Bend, this park, beautiful park.
Great park. Regner
Park.
Regner Park, it's called.
Regner Park. Great park. It has not 1, 2, but 3 total big pavilions, and 3 out of the 4 pavilions are all joined up together as well. And so we sort of started running, and as it started raining heavier and heavier and under the big pavilion. Now, Josh, everyone started coming under that big pavilion. Now we're talking a mega event here. Mega event anywhere between 500 and 1,000 geocaches in total. And so every single geocacher came in and was under that pavilion. So it accommodated that many people. And so we started talking. We thought, no, we're not going to do it live. Wait till it finishes. There was cracks of thunder.
Oh boy.
Then there was torrential rain.
Oh my
absolutely
gosh.
Torrential. Right.
Yeah, it was not like a shower. No, it was a major storm system.
Monsoon.
That kept on happening all night. We'll get to that, but I didn't even have power in my hotel that night. It was I know. It flooded. It was crazy.
But you think about it too. I mean, here we are under this big pavilion and stuff as well. The cracks of thunder. Like, they were close, Josh. Yes, I have got a photo of a geocacher, Veteran Tributes, his name is. He found one of the trees that got struck by lightning and took a photo of it as well. So it looks really like amazing how it looks like a big bear has been basically taken to this tree, and the lightning strike on the tree, which is literally around the corner from where the pavilion was.
Yeah, it was.
So absolutely amazing. So
we were drenched.
We talked for a little while. We weren't that drenched until Josh, you said to me, you go, all right, let's just do the live. Yeah. Let's just do it wherever we need to do it. Let's just do it. I said, okay, let's do it. And, everyone knows me is behind the camera, you in front. And so we started the live YouTube video. Links for the live will be in the description as well if you didn't see it. We started in line. We got our tickets for the raffles, etc. And then you're like, oh, we've got to go across the big open air area to the other pavilion to hand in our tickets.
Yeah, it was in a different pavilion.
So I didn't have an umbrella, so I was using like a big big bit of cardboard over your phone, and then Josh, being Josh, decides to go dancing in the rain in the puddles. Mm-hmm. What was that song you were singing?
It was like from the movie Splash Dance, and it was like, I'm a maniac on the floor, and I'm dancing like I've never danced before, and I'm running really fast and splashing water up. If you've ever seen Tommy Boy, it's featured in Tommy Boy too. He does that.
And it's called Flash Dance, not Splash Dance. You made
Did I say Splash Dance?
You said Splash.
I thought I said Flash Dance. I thought I said Flash Dance.
No, you said Splash. You said Splash.
I'm gonna everybody rewind and see what I actually said.
You decided to do that, and then we got up there, and we. I'll be honest, Josh. I really enjoyed the live. I really did. Whether I got wet or not doesn't matter. It was a lot of fun. We spoke to a lot of different geocaches there. We got different opinions on the actual cache types. Josh, you were interviewing people asking what their favorite cache was. I don't think there was one person that said one that we actually found.
I know there were more. There were several more that we didn't find.
So many more.
I really enjoy. Gosh, I'd say my best live. That was a good live. I think my best live was at Geo Woodstock because we went for a whole hour, and there was not a dull moment in that. But the fun thing about going live at events is that it gives you an excuse to just walk up and start talking to people.
Yep.
There was a girl. I should say not girl anymore. There's a woman named Lila that I met at the West Bend Cache Bash 10 years ago when she was, and she's now like 23. So at the time she was like 13 years old, and, which is kind of crazy. And it was just fun to get reacquainted because, a lot of people that come to this event are from Wisconsin, and they're it's kind of like the only mega event that they go to because it's close to home. There a lot of people that are not like us, Craig, that just like go around and just like hit mega events all over. A lot of people are like, okay, I go to my local one and that's what I go to. So it was fun to touch base with people. We're in Hailmeister land too. Hailmeister doesn't live too far from there. So we had a conversation with him. But talking to here's another thing about this event, more than I think most events, there's a lot of families that cache and spend the day caching. So that it was fun to talk to a lot of the kids, especially some of the kids that actually watch my videos, which is really cool. A lot of parents come up to me and they're like, oh, I had several that came up to me and just said, oh, I got my son. I was excited about geocaching, but I got my son excited about it by showing him your videos. So because kids love YouTube. So they're like, oh, if somebody on YouTube does it, it must be quote cool. So that was really fun. We had both of us had some great connections with people. So that's really rewarding to us YouTubers is when people come up to us and say, hey, thanks for making videos, or just say your videos inspired me or you encouraged me. Like that's the reason we do it. So it's the big payoff for us when we put content out into the world. The same with podcasts as well. It's like we don't always get the direct thank yous. So that was really fun.
That's right. The only downfall I do say, Josh, in regards to this event was the fact that, yes, it did start storming and storm heavily. All the vendors, Josh, just they all packed up and they all kind of left, except for these two young guys.
Yes.
Now, Josh, do you remember what their business name was? Now, these two young guys, I will say this. I walked in the day before, and I did speak to both of them prior to, and they do geocaching stickers, and they do like different small geocaching hides. There was a bison tube with a leaf wrap around it, and some other things as well. Geocaching pins they do. So all these different things. They are kind of localish to Wisconsin, I do believe. So I spoke to them the day before the actual event itself, and I told them that you were going to be there. So they stayed around because they wanted to see you, Josh, as well. So they come up to you and they said, oh, we love your content, etc. They even said things like, oh, look, can we sort of do some collaboration stuff, blah blah blah, and sort of promote their sort of vendorship out there, and they gave you some stuff as well, Josh.
Yes, they did. They put together some really awesome stickers that I loved. And honestly, Craig, I don't want to mess it up. Do you? I want to get. I got it. I think I got it.
You got it.
Yeah. I don't want to mess it up, Craig. I don't want to say it's somebody else.
Go on.
Is it Big B's Cache Supplies? big shout out to Big B's Cache Supply. I have a sweet like magnetic cache. I got a pin. I got some excellent stickers. So shout out to those guys. Big B's Cache Supplies. Check it out. Google it up.
Link in the description.
Yeah, link will
be in the description.
Yeah.
I'll put the link in the description. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're nice, really nice kids too. So, and there was one other kid as we left, Josh, as well for the afternoon before we went for dinner, etc. There was one other kid that came up to you. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And you said to me that there is the reason why I just drove all the way from Minnesota and back is for that one literally 2-minute, 3-minute interaction.
Yeah.
And,
there was a young man that came up to me. He just said he thanked me for the videos, which was just awesome. And then he shared with me a couple years ago, he was sick in the hospital for 2 years. And he shared that my videos were an encouragement to him while he was sick in the hospital. And it's so true. I was like, oh my gosh. I walked away. We just walked away from the bed. I was like, that's it. My weekend's made. That's the reason. That's the reason I was here to be able to hear that. So that was really cool.
Because you think about it, Josh, as well, and it is true. You get outside. This game of ours, let's get outside. We're in sunshine, fresh air, enjoying the world in which we live. And there are people out there like that who literally can't go outside, Josh. They are sick. They're ill. There is other issues as well. And so for them to live through, some other people's adventures on YouTube, etc. as well, then that's an absolute testament to you, mate. So well done. Every single week you have a long form video for the last almost 14 years.
It is true.
Anyway, let's get back to West Bend. We went out for dinner, Josh.
Yes.
Where did we go for dinner?
Well, we consulted our dear friend, ChatGPT. Which my ChatGPT, her name is Solace. And she told us to go, and I've been to many restaurants, but I hadn't been to this one. She told me to go to Dooley's, a restaurant right downtown, and it was great. It was good beer, good local beers. Yeah. I had an excellent burger. It was very tasty, unique and excellent. And you had a really unique the special. It was really good. It looked good.
Because I love it whenever I go. So you've heard it before. Josh says that all the time. Whenever you go to eat somewhere, whatever, you always ask the staff, "What's the most common thing here? What do people enjoy eating here?" Because normally that's going to be their best product. I also enjoy the specials too, Josh. That's another little go-to because they're specials. They're pushing it for a reason. The specials they had, Josh, was a cheeseburger without the bun, so a bunless cheeseburger on a flatbread.
Cheeseburger flatbread. Yeah.
Cheeseburger flatbread. And I'll tell you now, that flatbread, crispy, like really the crunch, next level crispiness was on that flatbread too. So you can even hear it clicking through the teeth. Delicious. The cheeseburger on top with the actual the cheeseburger type sauce, and we call it mince, you call it chopped meat on top too. Oh man, that just hit the spot. And for me, looks are deceiving. I don't eat that much, so it was just enough for me to satisfy me, and I was done without any leftovers either too. So you were hungry, Josh. You smashed down your burger.
Well, I hadn't eaten since the Cracker Barrel.
Breakfast.
And that was hours before, and we did a lot of walking too. I smashed that burger, and in this burger, you knew this place was going to be good because it was full. Yeah. There were a lot of locals there. And it was very clear that the locals really loved this. And you know why the locals really loved it? Because they were proud of their town. And that's a damn rare thing these days.
Wow, I didn't even have to good work, Josh. Good work. But you said before that you hadn't eaten anything since breakfast, and I disagree, Josh. We stopped in at that one gadget cache with the little cheese. We had to get a little cheese, magnetic cheese, out of this tubing, etc. And it was right out the front of a cheese factory. Now, Wisconsin are known for their cheese, and they're known for their cheese curds.
Oh, that was good.
Josh, explain to people, because anywhere outside of Wisconsin, what are cheese curds?
That's a good question. It's a certain kind of cheese. I don't know how. I think I should ask AI because I'm not sure. I think what they do, they put the cheese into like little curds, And I think, Craig, they boil it. I think they boil the cheese. So it's like a firmer cheese, but it's like a cheese glob. And if a cheese curd is fresh, now these ones that we made were made probably days before, so they weren't fresh.
Yeah.
If you ever have, I don't know if you've ever had a fresh cheese curd that's made that day. When you eat them, they squeak. They squeak. They squeak in your teeth. They squeak.
Yeah.
But this place had several different flavors of cheese curds. There's like original. The one we had was a cheddar cheese curd.
Yeah, but it was a beer flavored cheddar.
Flavored cheddar. There was like Bloody Mary cheese curd.
Yes, I knew you'd remember that one.
Yeah,
there was a pizza one as well. There was also like jalapeno, like the spicy cheese curds too. So there was all different flavors, and plus they had the jerky there as well. So if ever you're in Wisconsin, I'm telling you now, you must find yourself a place to have or buy cheese curds, because it's just an experience, Josh.
Yeah.
I love experiencing local /state sort of cuisines, etc.
Yes,
well.
And this cheese shop was called Held's, I believe, HELD 'Ls, Held's, and there's been caches there several times when I have visited the West Bend Cache Bash. There used to be the classic gigantic, mouse trap that people could like.
Oh yes,
that used to be out front, so it was perfect.
That makes sense.
Doolies, and then we're walking downtown. And I see a glorious thing. I see a sign, and the sign is of a gigantic 8-bit Nintendo controller. This is, Craig, this is our era. The 8-bit Nintendo controller speaks to us. And then right above the controller, the sign said, "Game over." And it was a bar. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's got to be a retro.
Yeah.
A retro bar. And it's like, we're gonna have to get another drink. We're gonna have to
another beer.
If you know why, because
another beer.
we know where it's a travel podcast. We got to talk about more on the podcast, so we got to drink more beer and go more places.
Exactly. So we had to for the podcast,
and we went there, and yes, we got a beer. We got a summer shandy. That's not typically the kind of beer that Craig gets, but he decided, you know what? I'll do the summer shandy. Why not? Leinenkugel's summer shandy. And if you don't know do people know what summer shandies are? Is this common knowledge? It's kind of like it's kind of like a lemonade beer, heavier on the beer, light on the lemonade. But yes, we went in. Sure enough, there were pinball machines. There were old school video games. The pinball. I played Toy Story 4. It was $2 for one game.
You were like, what?
I was like, what the heck? There was a wedding reception going on next door. That was kind of weird. And then we're like, I looked at Craig. I was like, we got to play something cheaper. So I walked you right over to 1942. Was this the first time you've ever played 1942?
Yes, it is. I didn't know what it was. Basically,
we killed that game.
For those who don't know, well, you come in first and I come in second of the overall leaderboard. It is a, I'm going to say like an old school air sort of version of Space Invaders.
No.
So that sort of thing.
It's like World War II themed.
Like an Air Force. Yeah, World War II thing.
You're shooting planes down. Invaders. Yeah, just shooting planes down like crazy. And I got
very American.
Top score for the day. You got second place, and we both got to put our names in the top score. That probably lasted like 2 hours till they closed and unplugged it. So much for that.
Exactly. So that's all right. I'll go with 2 hours on my second to you.
Yeah.
For a game I hadn't played before.
Yeah. And then Craig, we were tired. We were bushed.
Yeah. We were beat. That was a big day. It was a big day.
Yeah.
And it was still raining all this time. It was still raining the whole time.
Yeah,
it was still raining.
So much rain. So I check into my hotel. Craig goes to his van, and at 1 a.m, you hear a crack of lightning / thunder, and everything. The power out.
Well, for you,
True.
For you, not for me.
Yeah, you had a generator.
I have my own solar. I have my own electricity in this van.
Well, for me.
Just a side note as well, Josh, and that is, if ever you've actually stayed in a van of sorts, or even in your car, and you tried to sort of, or even in a bungalow, for instance, where there's a tin roof and it rains on the tin roof.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
man,
nice.
It is a good night's sleep. I got apart from that one wake-up call with a crack, with a big thunder, I had a glorious night's sleep in the van.
Yeah, so, luckily your van didn't float away.
No, this is true. I woke up the next morning, and I went to go into the Cracker Barrel to use the bathroom, and it was all closed up. I thought, I'll go to the McDonald's. And McDonald's is closed up. And then I realized, all the lights are out. All the street lights are out. All the traffic lights are out. I'm like, there's a big blackout. Then I thought to myself, is Josh ever going to wake up with his alarm?
Thankfully, my phone was charged well. So that was not a problem. But it is a serious inconvenience. I mean, there was no hot water because the hot water heater was turned off.
Yes.
It's the whole hotel room is dark. So you're walking around with your flashlight. Like, it was not, it was not convenient. It, like, first world problem, but like, this was not, it was an inconvenience. I was ready to get up and start our day, and we started our day. And I was like, the night before, I was like, Craig, and oh my gosh, this is so serendipitous too, because we could have it would have been convenient just to like, okay, we'll just go to the Cracker Barrel again. But then I was like, this was before the power went out. I was like, we got to go somewhere local. So I asked Solus again. Not Solus, Solace. It's Solace. I don't know. Solace. It's not Solus. It's Solace. Solus sounds horrible. Like Solus sounds like you have no soul. Although AI probably doesn't have a soul. Anyway, so I asked great locally owned breakfast places, and one of the places that came up was the Main Street Cafe. And so I said, Craig, I'll meet you at 8:30 at the Main Street Cafe, and we pull up to a strip mall. Isn't it funny how like breweries the same way? You're like, it's going to be this, and you see the reviews. It's really good food, and then great beers. Great ambiance, and then you pull up and you're like, wait a minute, it's a strip mall. There's a lot of strip malls in our country.
But
you like a lot of strip malls, you go in there and you're like, it's like going back in time. It felt like, okay, we're back in 1980s. Like it felt like this restaurant had been there for quite some time. And you said, I think it was a Chinese restaurant at one point.
100% it would have been a Chinese restaurant prior to being this diner cafe, because it still had that red bar in the middle where you can go and get your drinks, where they would have hung up, those, remember the gold cats they have, Josh, with the paw that moves up and down? That would have been on the bench, I can guarantee you. There would have been dragons on the wall. They had bamboo still on the wall. It was bamboo sticks still attached to the wall. So
clear sign.
100% that would have been a Chinese shop before this Main Street Cafe took over. But again, good food, Josh. Good food.
It was solid. It was solid. It was very much like local home cooked, like, you know what I mean? It was good. Yeah. Nothing was heated up. Everything was made from scratch. It was clear. So that was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, Craig.
Yeah, it was still raining.
It's rain. Raining. It's the cash splash. But we had a very important event to go to later that morning.
Before the event, though, we still had some time. So we actually went around and did a couple of caches whereby the caches themselves were in parking lots, so we didn't get our feet wet.
Oh my gosh!
Left. And there was this one place we pulled into. This it looked like a Home Depot sort of.
It's a grocery store. It was a grocery store.
It was a grocery store. Yeah, it was a grocery store parking lot. And as you pulled in the grocery store parking lot, out the corner of my eye, I see this car driving through floodwater. And then the car just went boom and dipped down its nose straight into the ditch, like a ditch that was down there. And I was like, what? And the water went over the bonnet of the car. And I'm like,
completely underwater, the whole front of it.
Underwater. The whole front of the car is underwater. So I looked up and I got out of the car and I walked over without going into the floodwater myself, because you never, ever walk in floodwaters. I looked over and I got the guy's attention. It was a young guy too, Josh. He would have been like
teenager,
19, 20, teenager. Yeah. And I said to him, and he went in the window, I said, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm calling someone." I said, "Okay, as long as you're okay." And he stayed in the car.
Yeah, as water was probably filling up. He was probably filling up the front. There's no way it wasn't filling up.
Absolutely. It would have been in his feet. His feet would have been in the water. Anyway, we went, okay. So we then went and walked over into the cache that was in the dry parts.
And then, we were doing the cache or whatever, and the rain was really coming down. And, I was getting a little nervous, Craig. I was looking over at a car that was like in like submerged, and I saw the parking lot. It was quick, it was a flash flood warning. It was filling up, and I was like, we looked at each other and we're like, if we don't get out of this parking lot, we're going to get carried away. We're not going to be able to leave.
Exactly.
So we're like,
but I will say, Josh being Josh, yes, there will be a TikTok in it too, because yes, he still did film a TikTok.
Yes, I did. I have priorities.
Then we went over, Josh, after that, and we went to the Munsey event. Munsey were hosting an event in a separate park area. And this park, though, Josh, even though it was a park and it had a lake in the park and stuff as well, this park was not underwater. This park was surprisingly high and dry to a certain degree. It was still wet underfoot. But, there was no floodwater in that park, which surprised me a lot. But again, nice park area with a nice pavilion sort of place where we stood under there and we had a bit of a Munsey chat, etc. Did a few of the Munsey pins. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to me, Josh, you've been doing the Munsey all morning. You were cap.
Well, this is the day before.
Oh, sorry, the day before. The day before.
The notes are our notes are a little messed up, but that's okay.
That's okay. The day before you were capping away, but in saying that, you were then congratulated at the Munsey event.
Yes, I was.
The day before, you were the number one player in the world.
Dun, 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 dun. This has happened 2 times in the last week.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was number 1 in the world last weekend too. Which that was a little easier because it was between clan wars. But anyway, it still was number 1 last. So I was number 1. I just realized this, Craig. I was number 1 2 Saturdays in a row. Saturday is the prime day for Munsey play. And our dear friend, Minnesota boy, he has been ahead of me. He was ahead of me by 7 million points at one time. Guess what's happening? I'm like 2 million.
You're climbing back.
I'm 2 million points away from Minnesota boy.
Wow.
The suspense. I don't know. Is he shaking in his boots? Is he nervous?
He should be.
He should be because you know what, Craig? I am not a casual player. I am a
Not anymore. And I know that feeling. I honestly, Josh, I know that feeling. It was only a few weeks ago now where I was behind Rob, the president of Munsey, and there was a big thing about me climbing up towards Rob as well. So I remember being 8 million points behind, 6 million points behind, 4 million points behind. Right now, Josh, I'm 10 million points ahead now. Hey-o. Rob. So anyway, I'm digressing. I'm going different. If you want more Munsey chat as well, don't forget the official Munsey podcast is also out there every single week where I speak to Rob, the president of Munsey. We had him on the show too, Josh, the other week too. So that was really cool. So that's more of the Munsey stuff. And then, Josh, we parted ways.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
All good things must come to an end. But I had to get home. You had to get to Colorado. And because you were about to attend another mega event this weekend, which will be correct, I'm sure be fantastic. Anyway, West Bend, a great place, the capital of geocaching in the Midwest, self-proclaimed, but it lives up to its name. There's a lot more. I mean, we just scratched the surface with the amount of geocaching that is available there. Beautiful parks. That park where we had the Munsey event, because there was so much rain, we had like a surprise waterfall. There was a creek there, and there was a waterfall. Right. And I'm sure that usually isn't a waterfall, but that day it was. Because it was beautiful.
It was a waterfall because the water was actually coming from the park over the road and into the creek area. So that's not normally a waterfall there, but yes, that park was totally flooded, and they did cancel the Sunday breakfast event as well. Yep. But Josh, you were around. Speaking of the mega event as well, I still remember you were walking around and you had your brand new flash tags that you got as well. Now flash tags are like these little silver tokens, like silver quarters, if you like, and they've got your actual emblem on them as well. So they look really cool. And so you were handing them around as well. So And Josh, you normally hand yours around to patrons as well. So if someone wants to be a patron of this show, for instance, do you like that?
Nice
How
segue.
can they be a patron of this show?
Now all the patrons are going to be asking for my flash tags, which I'll just tell you people, I do not have enough. I only have 88 of them, and most of them are gone.
The treasures of our town may be getting some flash tags.
Ooh, really?
We haven't discussed that yet, but yeah, it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Yeah. Yes, if you've been enjoying our podcast, this is a listener-supported podcast. Mm-hmm. By supporting us, you're helping us continue to create fun, entertaining content, informative content. So you want to know what West Bend's all about before you go there.
Yeah.
And cliffhanger. Will I find the biggest ball of paint this weekend? Who knows? We don't know, but you'll find out. Yeah. Maybe what? Maybe I'll make a really quick video if I go there, and I'll put it up for the patrons this weekend.
The patrons only,
and they'll get to they'll get to see it before this podcast is even released, because we're in the future right now. Who knows? Anyway, if you'd like to support us, consider joining us at Patreon at patreon.com/treasures of our town.
Josh, of course. Well, you did do the Back to the Future for your 10,000th cache find anyway. So that was the spoiler not the spoiler. That was the thing that we had to talk about, wasn't it? Your 10,000th find.
Yeah, didn't we talk about that already?
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did.
We did?
Yes, we did.
All right, then. All right. Well, how can people contact us then if they want to contact us?
Feel free.
It's getting hot in this van. It's getting hot. My brain's getting fried. How can people contact us, Josh?
Feel free to reach out to us at treasuresofourtownpodcast@gmail.com, where you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or our Buzzsprout site. Just simply search Treasures of Our Town in Google.
That's pretty cool. So that's it for our show today. Please subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast. And as always, Josh,
may your travels always lead you to the most unexpected and amazing hidden gems around the world, even if they're wet.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Cache Splash.
West Bend Cache Splash.
See you next time, everybody. Bye.
I can't believe the boys forgot. Joshua's beard keep loose percentage is at 55% to keep. Let them know your thoughts